Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your presence here at the launch event of GEG Mohali, that is Google Educator Group Mohali. It could not have been possible without the support of Deepti ma'am, the founder and owner of Mahattattva. Her introduction, most of people know her, but I'll still introduce her. She's a thought leader in technology integration and strategy. She completed a certificate of educational studies from the College of Teachers, Institute of Education, London, UK, and has trained in teaching languages through technology from Trinity College, UK, with a distinction grade in her ICT project from Consultant E, Spain. She was the leader for ICT at the British School and has been a teacher educator for technology integration for the last 20 years now. Before setting up Mahattattva, she worked as head ICT initiatives Learn Today, which is an India's Today group. She also wrote the technology curriculum for the teacher resource book for the Royal Academy Bhutan. She is the official trainer for the Finnish diplomat teacher as an innovator delivered in India by Mahattattva and OEP, Espoo, Finland. She is also HGSE, Harvard Graduate School of Education certified for QFT, question formulation technique. In March 2019, she was awarded the BET Asia Leadership Award at Kuala Lumpur for her work on design thinking for social change project. This project is globally recognized and has been made into a case study by UPenn, United States. Now she is working with Google India on CBSE and NCET projects for teachers training and recently conducted the first ever MOOC for the Central Board of Education in India in a 5 webinar series, which was watched over by 1 million educators all over the world. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time from your busy schedule. We welcome you. I would like to request Deepti ma'am to just throw some light about the professional development that teachers do require in today's world and in the upcoming days.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. It is indeed a pleasure to be here when Learning Path School is launching something so grand. And being a part of the Google community is something that they know since the last 8 to 10 years. And I think the fact that they have achieved so much in these little years and the pandemic actually accentuated the entire thing comes from one visionary who is with us today, Robin, who actually ensures that technology is integrated into his school through and through. And we are very, very honored and Robin, very proud to be associated with you and your teachers, your staff, who have actually been very enthusiastic about continuous professional development. I always call it continuous professional development just for that fact that the teachers need it all the time in this ever-changing world. And Tejbir has now taken a step into this organic ecosystem where he has achieved the heights in his own training, and he has been absolutely exemplary. And not only has he finished his own certifications, he has ensured that the teacher in the school has also benefited from what he is doing. And to take that further, we have been associated with the school and with Tejbir and schools pan India with the professional development for technology integration. And we feel that Google is a perfect platform for that. And what we do, if you could change the slide, Tejbir, what we do is we work as a Google for Education partner. Officially, we are the only professional development partner in India. And we ensure that the teachers who are working in the classrooms are actually empowered to use technology the way it should be, not being in awe of the technology and ensuring that the learning outcomes of the children are achieved. And for doing that, we work very closely with CBSE and Google for Education to ensure that the teachers across the 16 COEs are getting training for using technology in their classrooms. We have also initiated, along with Google, a MOOC that is being run now, and anybody in the country can join it. You get a joint certification for that, for Google for Education and from Mahattattva. The fact that you have done this ensures that you know what is happening in the cloud, and so you give your sort of assessment where it is proved that you can understand what it actually means to be able to integrate in a progressive way. So we are, always available as a trainer, as professional development, continuous professional development partners. We are available via Tejbir, and if anybody has the keenness to go ahead and make their own professional journey more enriched, we would be happy to help you with that. And a part of that cohort where two of the people who are sitting here, Tejbir himself has had a satisfying journey with the trainings that we do, and so has Harpreeet, who is now leading a GEG in her own right. And we are very, very open to working together in this. What Tejbir has done as a GEG Mohali leader, he has taken a step and he has opened up his world, the school, that is, to the entire fraternity. The school is doing wonderful things, and Tejbir is here to say, we are doing wonderful things, come share this space with me. So thank you for doing that, Tejbir, and all the best for your journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. We also have today with us Dr. Narjeet Kaur. She's an administrator at Guru Har Krishan Public School, Kalkaji, New Delhi. She is a Google certified educator, a Google certified trainer, a Google certified innovator, and the list goes on. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deepti. It's a pleasure to be here on the launch of GEG Mohali. Actually, we are here to celebrate the commitment, the passion, the creativity of all the teachers around the world, especially Degbir, who is launching his GEG, and as well as Mr. Singh, who I see on the screen. He has led GEG in his own way, and his little videos and all the things that he's doing is making waves now. So many congratulations. And of course, how can I forget Harpreeet? So many times the partner in crime, as we say, and she is one of the most hardworking, one of the most wonderful educators I have come across. You just have to, she's always looking out for, okay, what next? I have done this. Oh, this is a tick. Now what next, ma'am? What else I can do? Where else can I apply? What else is left? So way to go, both of you all, way to go. And many congratulations to all of you. Many congratulations to every educator who is here with us, present here. Also a huge shout out to everybody, because teaching has always been a demanding profession. One requires empathy to reach out to so many different learners, so many different kinds of creativities to help them discover the world through absolutely new eyes. So but this public health crisis that took place, it was a huge pressure on the teaching workforce. And during this time, the teachers have shown incredible determination, with due respect to everybody who lost near and dear ones or who had to suffer during this COVID period. I was the one who took the best advantage of this time to make sure that my learning never stopped. And we, along with many other educators, we all did everything to stay connected to the pupils, to support their well-being, be it mental or physical, And I feel that the major teaching challenge is determining how to adapt instruction to the demands of the 21st century children whom we are having in our classrooms, and very soon we are going to have them in our physical classrooms as well. So changes in the modern day workforce and in the modern lifestyles are so rapid, and they are so constant that no single educator can be expected to keep up with it all. We all need insights and ideas from our parents, from our peers, from our teachers, from our elders, from our bosses, everybody around us. And the four skills that are essential for modern students, I believe, to succeed in school and in their workplace. Of course, they are going to go out of the school. They're not going to remain with you forever. So once you are done with them, they're going to move out. They're going to have their own workspace. And these are the skills that are going to make the biggest impact in terms of setting your students apart when applying for and starting their careers actually. So the first C in the 4 C's we have is critical thinking. That is the practice of, I would say, solving problems, among many other qualities that critical thinking is all about. So in addition to working through problems or solving puzzles or critical thinking, also I feel includes being skeptic. That is something that you have to teach your children. Do not take everything on face value, critically think about it. And this is something which is the most important, because it is harder than ever now to verify the accurate information. So thanks to the fake news, fake channels, fake everything on internet that is going on, please don't teach your children, teach your kids also how to filter that fake news, how to filter what is important and what is not. And this critical thinking, I think, is going to empower your students to discover the truth in assertions, especially when it comes to separating fact from opinion, as I just said. So with critical thinking, the students are not only learning to set of facts or figures, they also learn how to discover themselves. They ask questions. Inquiry based learning, as I have been working on, I'm writing a research paper on that. It's very, very important. They have to become engaged in the world around them. They have to think critically. And then comes creativity, of course. While creativity often is treated by many as you have it or you don't, it's not like that. You learn also to be creative. You can learn that creativity and imbibe that creativity as well. You can do that by solving problems, creating systems, or just by doing something you haven't tried before. Even that is a small creativity. But this doesn't mean that every student of yours will become an artist or or a writer. So we have to look at problems from multiple perspectives, and creativity is going to allow students to embrace their inner strengths, as we say, from a big picture planning to meticulous organization, which is very, very important. So they should know how to express themselves in a healthy manner, in a productive way, and they should be motivated to share that creativity. Once you are done something, you do not like to keep it with yourself. It is for the world to share as well. So you have to be inspired. You have to inspire your children, because after creativity, what comes really, really important is collaboration. Because you know take it or not, realize it or not, we all are probably going to work with the people for the rest of our lives. We cannot work in isolation ever if we are going to work in a workspace. So virtually every job requires someone to work with another person at some point of a time, even if it is a as simple as going out for lunch, as me and Harpreet were planning, or going out for a cup of coffee with your friends. So every at some point of a time, you have to have that collaboration. So you have to practice that collaboration and teamwork when you have students with you, so that they understand how to address a problem, how to pitch solutions, how to decide the best course of action. Because I have a solution, this is the best, and I'm going to throw it on the others, is not how collaboration works. The collaboration is listening to others also, respecting their perspective, respecting their point of view also. Because you have to ultimately, you have to teach children, and you have to learn also that other people don't always have the same ideas that you do, but their ideas are equally important and their ideas are equally good. You have to respect them. And of course, we are living in a society with societal influences. We have communication taking place, the 4th C. And all, after all, if you say something, it means that you are conveying an idea, right? uh, so if you're not able to convey that, and in the modern day, when we have all text based communications, we have mails, we have social media, it's never been more important for students to learn how they convey their thoughts in a way that others understand them. So I think Google for Workspace has given us awesome tools to make all these 4 C's come alive in the classroom, to make children understand the importance. I mean, Google these tools are actually free, they are ad free, they are reliable, they are secure, they are used by millions of students. I cannot just wind up without saying a thanks to Google also for helping so many educators and children for in during this COVID period as well. Of course, free is great, but the best thing is that these tools are relevant to the students, they are easy to use, and they open doors to many, many new ways of learning. So I will not take much of the time, but yes, these four C's are really, really important. And as educators, we have to bring them alive in the class. We have to make students ready for the 21st century learning. And for that, we have to be 21st century teachers as well. And what better way to do that than Google for Workspace? So thank you so much. And once again, many, many congratulations, Tekpreet. You are doing an awesome job, and hope to collaborate with you in the future as well on many other projects. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for your insights on such an important topic. And now to mention, like I forgot to mention here that Dr. Narjeet is the GEG leader for Punjab and Amritsar, the first one from Punjab, followed by Harpreet ma'am from Ludhiana, and then I am following your footsteps only, ma'am.
And there
And
is one Patiala as well.
oh, great.
All
So Punjab is
there.
growing now.
Oh, we are going to rock. Always.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. We also have with us today Miss Harpreet Kaur Chaudhry. She is an enthusiast and trained educator, passionate about technology and how it can make the teaching learning process more effective. She has over 21 years of experience teaching Indian as well as international kids from K-12. She has worked with American Embassy School, the British School, and presently working with the French Embassy School for the last 16 years. A keen learner and a resourceful teacher, Harpreet is the founder and leader of GEG Ludhiana. She is also a Google certified level 1 and level 2 educator, a Google certified trainer, and also global master trainer for All India Educators Forum. It's a pleasure to have you with us today, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tegbir sir, and many, many congratulations on this launch, adding another chapter to our Punjab arena, I would say. So many congratulations, all the best. So we are all here to celebrate the launch of GEG Mohali. And as the previous speakers, the guests have spoken about the Google Educator Group. So we are all a community of educators very passionate about our works, and more so to be able to share what we are learning, to empower and inspire the other educators to come forward and follow the same footsteps, or what Google motto is: to learn, share, inspire, and educate. So here, when we're talking about Google, our main objective, as I said, is to empower our educators using Google Apps. So here we are on Google Workspace for Education. It is very important for us to understand. When we will talk about it in next 2 to 3 minutes, you will be thinking, we already know, we are aware of these products, we've been using it. So yes, but to understand the need, many of us are still new to it. We are coming back from remote learning to blended, going to hybrid, and now we are ready, prepared for our physical learning. So where kids would be in presence in school. So we are all thinking about how to integrate what we'd learned over last 2 years and how to blend it to our everyday usage, where we do not lose touch of these resources, the tools, the learnings that we've made, but yet to continue further. So next slide, sir. Google Workspace for Education basically includes all the products, like I said, you use, like Google Classroom, Meet, Gmail, Calendar, Google Drive, Doc Sheets. The list is long. More than 200 million students and educators worldwide rely on these suite of tools. Everything you need to teach, learn, connect, share will remain in one place, accessible from anywhere, any device, which is the beauty of Google Workspace for Education. It is a complete compilation, I would say, a whole reservoir of our applications that a teacher would need to run their classes. I mentioned online, blended when we started, remotely, hybrid, and now offline. So the learning isn't stopping for us or for the children at the same time. Evolution, to go on to it, yes, Google did evolve very recent with this name of Google Workspace for Education. When it started way back, it was did I miss the slide, sir? So the evolution, wherein it says it started all the way in 2010 when it was called Google Apps. Going on to 2015-16, when it was uploaded with more features, and it was called Google Apps for Work. Going on to G Suite, which most of us started when we started using it. And presently in 2020, somewhere in February, they started calling it Google Workspace for Education. So again, that was the evolution of change of names and adding different features. So Google does listen to us as educators. Whatever you need, just throw it out, and maybe in few days, weeks or months, it would be a feature added on to your favorite app. So I would say Google is a sweetheart. Key features of Google, it is very important, again, to enhance our class instruction. It gives us a lot of beauty to our education, the interactivity that it increases. What we've spoken about, collaboration, connection all across. So sitting at one place, it is very easy to communicate with schools all around the globe. You don't have to think now. You just have to look for an email, a resource person, and there you go. The project is on. It really boosts our productivity by saving our time. We have one-stop shop, I would say, for all our resources, where students can, they know where to go. They have one reservoir for their resources. Teachers also have one thing. And for sharing, grading, we've got different tools like Google Classroom here would be wonderful. It just, I would say, takes the students' level to another one step up, wherein they turn in their work. They are they're looking forward to upgrading their work to make it presentable as compared to what was on pen and paper transaction that they would make in a regular school. So their creativity is also coming out big time. And another step wherein we add the layer of security we're talking about, it is very important to secure ourselves, our students who are little, as young as 6, 7, 8, who are exposed to digital technology, these devices at a very early age as compared to what we would think of 2 years back. So in that situation, they are all going to Google Workspace for Education helps us, enables us to create that layer of security wherein we as administrators have our control over the devices, the tools that these children use. So I think this is a very powerful tool in itself, Google Workspace for Education. Next slide, sir. So here, these are all some of the most commonly used tools. Let me take an example of Google Classroom here. It is like our base for teaching. It's a tool or an app that's known for productivity. So you can save a lot of time. You can create a virtual classroom for your students, create study materials, assignments, connect them through, these days they are integrated third-party apps that Google has connected with, and they're easy on just being on one platform. It's like our complete LMS that we are talking about. When we're talking about communication, here that's another aspect we cannot leave. So here Google gives us Gmail, where we connect to the world, the Google Meet. These are, again, very essential tools. Coming to organization, your work, your data, your daily activities, Google, again, has apps for it. Google Keep, Google Calendar, Tasks. They are all seamlessly integrated amongst each other. For example, you open a Gmail, you want to mark a task, you have that right up on the top of your Gmail. You want to link a calendar invite, you want to link an event, get a reminder at a later date, calendar is there. To save a note, you have Google Keep. So I think these are very important tools on organizing. Finally, when we talk about Google Workspace for Education, it brings in the requirement of maintaining what I was talking about, security for these young kids. As an administrator, Google allows you to, in your domain, to have control over these settings, what points to give, what areas of applications and accesses to give. You don't want them to go to a specific YouTube or entirely a YouTube channel. You can control that on one click. You can track these files of what teachers are doing, what students are doing. It's a little check on us, but yes, it does keep us all digitally safe from the threats we have in the cyber world. Next slide, sir. Okay, there. So Google Slide, the Google Workspace for Education, to meet the diverse needs of what we were all talking about around the globe, from pre-K to PhD. It will now be available in 4 distinct models or editions, as it calls it. Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals, which is absolutely free for teachers. So if you're on that, you just have to apply for it if you're not there yet. It's a very simple process. It's not much of a paperwork, but there is an online process that you have to follow. Then you've got the second model, which is, or the edition, it is the Google Workspace for Standard, Google third one, the Teaching and Learning Upgrade, and finally the Google Workspace for Education Plus. Now, the last three versions are paid, so it just has some added benefits, as in how many attendees more can you add on to it, more storage space, some of the more additional layers of security. So depending on your requirement, a school can decide which one to choose. But nevertheless, beginning with Google Fundamentals for Education, which is free for us all, anybody who has a Gmail has access to these tools. So I think if you're not yet on it, please go ahead, join it. It is a wonderful tool, and we all love Google, so go for it. It will be wonderful. With this, sir, thank you so much for this opportunity. I wish you all the best for your channel, and we rock.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for such a precise description of the complete Google for Workspace. You have touched a very important topic, like we are going into a hybrid model or some different kind of model from what we have done in last 2 years. To speak on this, I'll invite next guest, our director, Mr. Robin. He is the director of Learning Path School Mohali, a professional with 12 years of experience in both corporate and family business in India and USA. Mr. Robin is a management professional with an MBA, MS Information Systems from Boston University and LLB from Department of Law, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Robin sir is a sports enthusiast and likes running and playing tennis and has keen interest in education sector. He has also been a part of Young Indians YI as Chandigarh chapter head and has represented India at the G20 Young Entrepreneurs Summit, Moscow. Robin sir is also the charter member of TIE Chandigarh. We welcome you, sir, and would like to have your thoughts upon the change in technology in the classroom in the coming forward.
So, thank you, Tegvi. Thank you, Harpreeet and Narjeet, for a lovely description of what Google does and how Google is relevant to our students' life. Thank you, Deepti, for your kind words. Deepti always motivates us to do more, and she's so passionate about teachers and learning that her passion rubs off on other people. And I'm sure all of us have that effect, an effect. So I'm just going to give you a brief description. I think teachers have done a great job over the last 2 years, shifting from offline to online. Teachers are always good at offline teaching, but to shift in a very short period of time without training, without tools, to an online mode for the last 2 years, I think it's just credible. I don't know any other industry in which people have transformed so much over so little of time. It takes otherwise decades and decades for industries to change. And here we have schools and led by wonderful educators like yourself who have changed overnight. And again, most of the parents that I meet from my school, other schools, are fairly satisfied with the online teaching. That goes to show the credibility and passion and energy that you put in your teaching. But let me just put forward another challenge that is in front of you. Schools will mostly move offline in next 2 months over video, in India. It could be here and there for time period wise, but generally we're looking at to move offline in next 3 to 6 months all over India. The challenge is how to keep good tools like Google Classroom and Google Workspace into our teaching. How do we incorporate those into our teaching and make it a part of our everyday life? It was very, very different when you were teaching online. Then you had to rely on Google Classroom, Google Workspace. But now, how to merge both those two tools, the offline teaching and how to use Google Classroom in an offline teaching environment, is another challenge in front of you. And I'm sure, with trainers like Deepti and Mahattattva, will be able to manage this also. But again, it will require a shift in the way you work, right? Students will come to schools and students will also have to use Google Classroom at home. So this also means that how do we make it Google Workspace or any other online tool, make it a part of our everyday lives? That's another challenge. And it's a great to have Harpreeet and Narjeet as part of this conversation, because you only grow when you grow together. It's not a matter of Tegvi growing or Harpreeet growing or myself growing, but as teachers we grow faster and more if we all collaborate with each other. And And that's what that's what the beauty about this group is, that it brings us all of us together, and we're discussing it. How can we do? How can we do better in our classrooms for our students? And in the end, that's what matters the most. All right, thank you, Teju. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your views on this important topic, sir. Next, I welcome our principal, Ms. Nutan Budhiraja. She is a graduate and postgraduate in political science and MPhil in public administration. She has taught and headed in American and IGCSE Cambridge curriculum in Middle East for almost 13 plus years. She has headed the team for American and QNSA accreditation process in 2 established schools in Qatar. She has worked in some prestigious CBSE schools in New Delhi. She prepared and took students to the prestigious MUN in Lebanon and World Scholars Cup in Dubai. She has also taught in Delhi University College to undergraduate students. She was a deputy headmistress at boarding cum day school in Mohali before she joined us. She is currently the principal at Learning Path School Mohali, the school which was ranked number 1 in Mohali in the category of co-ed day school. She has too many articles and journals published in newspapers. She was awarded the Best Teacher Award and SOF Best District Principal Award 3 times in a row. She is very passionate about students' well-being and making school a very happy space for them. We see that every day, ma'am. Her goal has been to nurture the inherent qualities of students and celebrate their uniqueness. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence here. I would like you to just address the audience and share your views on Google as a tool in online teaching and learning. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Thank you, Tegbir, and congratulations. We feel proud that you are our faculty member. You led the team here in trying to come to grips with and feel comfortable with the new technology tools that had to be used when the pandemic hit us. Being the last speaker, I guess my job is just to sum up what everyone has said. And from the ground, I would say that Google Classroom Workspace became the place where teaching and learning came together. I still remember the day one when the schools were locked down and there was this closure happening. And then at the same time, we were very convinced that learning has to continue. And the first question that popped up was, what do we do now? Everyone is in their homes and they're in a lockdown situation. How to make teaching, learning more effective and so as to deliver the best that we can. And technology came in handy big time. But for that, probably the education sector would have been, leagues behind from where we are today. When we look back over these past 2 years, if we take any pride and any sense of achievement and accomplishment in having delivered to the students insofar as curriculum teaching and holistic development in whatever way possible was possible, then it has to go to Google Workspace and the tools that it has provided us with. Whether they are the talks, the sheets, the slides, the drives, the classrooms, the grade walls, they are absolutely amazing tools that every teacher lapped up to, because suddenly we found that any gap that we were feeling in a physical school was being taken care of, and that we could deliver better and much more effectively and with confidence, 1, to the students, 2, to the parents, and 3, ourselves. As teachers, we had a huge sense of job satisfaction also. There could be reams and reams that could be written about the losses that have been made over these past 2 years, whether by way of learning gap or teaching learning strategies, pedagogies. There are those who are very pessimistic and say we've gone 10 years behind. I'm of the opinion, and with that school of thought, which believes that we've really moved up remarkably in these past 2 years. We've achieved things that were just unthinkable, even by way of table topics. We couldn't even bring the idea of technology or a laptop or a device by way of a mobile phone in the hand of a student. It was unthinkable. In fact, the other way around, just before the schools closed, there were students being pulled up for having brought a mobile phone to the school, but for very genuine reasons, right? That was to book an Uber to get back home. Then it was unacceptable. Today, we suggest to the parents, please write to us and let us know that you're sending a mobile phone. So technology has really made life easier. Students aren't very far away from us. They are just 1 click away from us. That's how I feel. Our connect with the students has been exemplary. And I speak particularly more so for LPS and for the larger education community. I think we've all learned big time
that there are different ways of connecting with the students. We have grown as individuals, as teachers, and as a community of educationists. We've learned hugely. And this growth, this kind of progress, this kind of development, this kind of a graph that we see going up in the education sector, particularly with reference to school, it thanks to tools such as Google Workspaces. Our students have, this is one platform where I thought all three came together at the same time: the school, the parent, and the student. The grade wall, if nothing much, probably gave a lot of insight to the students as to what kind of assignments were being given, when was the child turning them in, what kind of comments were the teachers writing, whatever it meant to the teachers. But if a parent wanted to understand what my child was doing sitting at home while I was at my own room, sitting in front of my own laptop, what was my child doing? I just have to go onto the grade wall and read all of that. More importantly, I think the beauty of this technology has been all the beautiful, wonderful resources that teacher make through a lot of hard work now get stored in the Google Classroom to be accessed by the student as and when required. And I think that has been a wonderful tool, because students got off the textbook, they got onto technology, ready-made material up there for them by way of teachers' notes, teachers' PPTs. I think they became very handy. I'm strictly speaking from the ground. I'm just talking as one teacher who entered into a classroom where was an online class going on, and there were no gaps after that. The Meet, of course, was one medium to connect, but then the Google Classroom and everything else that happened. Now, while the teachers were learning, I think the students were also learning beautifully. The kind of PPTs they've started making as part of our presentations and learning and grading, amazing, absolutely amazing. And I think the students have become a little bit more responsible. This conversation can go both ways. People would say that technology became a tool for them to access the places and sites and information that was otherwise denied to them. And it could go the other way around too. Those students who were committed and passionate about teaching and about learning, well, they had a field day with this technology in their hands. It's been a win-win situation, I would say. Whatever may happen over the coming next 2 years or next month or whatever, I think technology is here to stay. It has given us a lot of insight. It has opened up a lot of space for a teacher to be able to work within, not limited to the four walls of a classroom. It's amazing what technology has done to education and how closely students are connecting with this concept of learning. So I think this has been a wonderful, wonderful journey over the past 2 years. One would like to continue with it and hope the graph just keeps going up. And once again, it's been absolutely inspiring to hear all three of you, and a lot of learning happening here as a school under the leadership of Mr. Robin. We have no option but to, embrace technology in all its ways and forms, and however tough or however easy it is. And we are ready for all of that. Thank you, Tegbir. Congrats to you too, and to the entire team for doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. And in the last, I would like to say, with the support of my management, Robin sir and principal ma'am, and of course, Deepti ma'am, I have become the leader of GEG Mohali after successfully completing my educator level 1 and level 2. I have been working in this school from last 10 years, and the journey has been very, very, very smooth, I'll say. I had learned a lot. I came from a totally different background, but teaching kids and like the atmosphere given to me by the management is totally out of. I cannot express it in my words. I am just going to complete my 10 years in this school, and I never think it's just 10 years. I just joined last year only. So this journey has been very, very smooth. Special thanks to Robin sir and Nutan ma'am. I have also been awarded a silver star by IDEA United Kingdom, which is the Inspiring Digital Enterprise Award. And during this pandemic time, teachers got a lot of chance to do so many certifications to enhance their own professional development. I also got some of them like Nearpod Certified Educator, Kami Certified Educator, Kahoot, and so many of them. But yes, Google always supported me, level 1 and level 2, and I given it twice. I gave it 2 years back when pandemic hit us. But like after 2 years, when I gave the exams again, I could see there was a lot of change. What options we learned 2 years back, they have changed in these next 2 years. My certifications were expiring next year, but I decided no, let me have a chance to give these certifications again now, right now only. I don't know what will change in next 1 year. So I don't want to get behind. So I wanted to be with everyone. So I did my certifications again. Thanks to Deepti ma'am for showing us the path. I'll also thank Narjeet ma'am and Harpreet ma'am who have already, created the path for us, for people like me to just follow and grow. So thank you so much, ma'am. With this, I would request Principal ma'am to just declare the GEG Mohali officially launched.
It's my absolute honor and privilege to say so. GEG Mohali gets launched today in the presence of such wonderful, esteemed people who are experts in their own field. Thank you so much. And we take it as a feather in our own cap in Learning Path School. Wonderful. Wish
Thank
you
you
all the
so
very
much,
best.
ma'am. Now, for our audience, we have some demo slams. We have talked about Google Workspace. We have talked about many tools. But today I'm going to show you some new features that have been introduced in Google Docs. So for that, let me stop sharing this screen and share it again.
Also, everybody was talking about classroom. I cannot restrain myself, or I cannot uh, go without putting in two things. The teachers, when you share documents in the classrooms, please publish it to the web before sharing, because that way what happens is when the students who are joining with mobile phone, they're able to see it better, and that web layout is better for them to see, because mobile phones have their own restrictions. And of course, yeah, that one thing. And definitely it becomes a better experience for the students who are joining with mobile phones, because everybody does not have an access to the laptop or desktop thereof. So do publish it to the web before we share the documents, or we share the resources, especially in the form of docs or slides, etc., when you are sharing it in the classroom. So do that. Just one tip.
Heartiest congratulations, Tegbir,
Thank
and to you and to Robin and Miss Budhiraja here, and to Learning Path School. Heartiest congratulations. May you grow and share your knowledge with everybody around in
I'm
the
sure.
region and
Yeah.
beyond. Heartiest congratulations. And I think what we should do a googly thing before you go on to your demo. So if everybody can unmute and say heartiest congratulations to Tegbir.
Heartiest congratulations.
Heartiest
Because
congratulations.
everybody.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Tegbir.
Tegbir.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Congratulations pouring in, and it's a great moment for principal ma'am as well, when they see their own staff
Oh, yes.
blossoming and growing, and their schools doing so well. So many congratulations to Nutan ma'am as well, and to
you.
Robin sir, along with Tegbir, of course. It's a great pleasure, and it's great pleasure connecting with you, ma'am. Also, it's great pleasure knowing you today, Nutan ma'am and Robinson, both of you all.
Thank you so
Now
much.
you can have your session, Tegbir. We had to do the
Okay, ma'am.
googly thing, right?
Thank you so much, everyone. So the very latest feature that has come up to Google Docs is your table properties. There has been a change in table properties. As you can see, there's a table with 3 columns and multiple rows, but you can see this last row overflowing to the next page. Same is happening with this page. The last row is overflowing to the next page. Now, one option is I can simply press enter key in all these 3 columns and take my text to the next page, but then my design of my table will not be the same. So to help me out in this case, Google has introduced a new feature, stop overflow. For this, I'll just select my table first. I'll right click anywhere on my table and select my table properties. And here under the row heading, I have this setting, allow row to overflow across pages, which is by default ticked. That when it is on by default, I simply need to untick this option. And now you will see Google Doc has automatically shifted my data as per the values in the cell. Now I have not done anything. Automatically, the data has been shifted towards the next page, maybe to the previous page, depending upon the data that I have in the last row of the page or the last row of this table on this page. So this is your overflow option. Second thing is you can see there is a heading, serial number, name, and comment on the very first page of this table, but not on the next pages. This table is continuing, but I may forget what is this third column for. It is for remarks or something or what else. For this, I can pin my first row, that's my header row, to appear on every page at the top. The simple way to do this is just click on the top row, and here you find this pin header up to this row. So you simply need to click on this option, and now you will see the headings coming on every page. This table can go up to 100 pages, but this heading row will appear on every single page now. So this is called your pin header row. Now, sometimes we have to move our content from one column to another column, or the entire column from one position to another position. Same can happen with a row. So instead of cut and paste or copy and paste the whole row and column, we can simply drag and drop our columns or rows to the desired location. Simply, you need to click inside a cell or a column, and you see here these 8 dots with a hand symbol on it. So you simply need to click on this and drag it towards right or left hand side, wherever you want to shift. So right now I've shifted it towards the right hand side. I can shift this column towards the left hand side. I can do so with a row as well. I can simply drag this row towards here. You can see the serial number change from 1, 3, 4, 2, and 5 now. I shifted my row number 2 towards the 4th row. Next, we have a sorting option available now with us in Google, this table Google Docs, which was only available in Google Sheets earlier. So as you can see, these are numbers which are in a different order. I would like to sort my whole table on the basis of this particular column. So I simply need to click on this 3 lines here, which give me a sortable option. Sort ascending or descending, depending upon your choice. I'll do it descending. Now, this table had the same data written twice. So I have 789, 789 written twice. So my whole data, the whole table has now been sorted only on the basis of this particular column. You cannot have multi-level sorting here as possible in Google Sheet, but yes, on basis of one single column, you can sort your data. We also have an option to increase your gap between the cell boundaries and the content, the option called cell padding. So same table properties, you have an alignment heading here and cell padding. So you simply need to click on up or down arrow to increase or decrease your space. So you can see the gap between the content and the cell boundaries is increasing from all 4 sides. Cell padding increases a size from all 4 sides, not only a single side. And we, in your Google Sheet, we have also been working with color coding of your different cells. The same option is available here as well. You can simply go to color. You can either change the border color with its size, or you can change the cell background color. You can select multiple cells and do it for multiple cells. You can do it for an individual cell, as I just did. So these are some properties of the table that have been introduced later. The next demo slam is your pageless option. Now, if you see this page, there's a gap when one page ends and the next page starts. We basically call it page margins here. But when we read our document on a web, we don't have any page margins there. We have complete text written on one single page. To just convert this document in that manner, you can use your pageless option. Simply, you need to click on File menu. Look for page setup here. It's somewhere in the bottom. And here you have your option called pageless. So when I click on this pageless option, I need to click on OK. And now I'll scroll down. You will see there are no page margins here. This whole document has converted into one single page now. There are multiple pages in this, but when you take a printout, yes, they will definitely come in different pages. But while reading, you can see this whole document has been converted into a single page now. This is called your pageless option.
Also, when we squeeze,
yes,
also, na? When we squeeze the pages also, that also it comes very handy, because then the text gets adjusted according to the margins that you are squeezing in with this pageless option. So that is an awesome feature also, because with earlier what would happen was that the text wouldn't get squeezed. It would get hidden inside the
Yes.
margins or something, but now that is not a problem.
Yes.
That is
So
one of the most awesome features I have enjoyed with the
wrapping of
spaciousness
text
of it.
is done automatically now when you
Yes,
squeeze
yes,
your.
alignment and wrapping and everything is automatically done when you are squeezing the margins of the page on the doc.
Next demo slam is about teachers who are working with translation of documents in different languages. As Harpreet ma'am is teaching some different international languages, Google has also come up with a translate feature. So you simply go to tools and you have your translate document feature here. It will ask you where you want to save it. It will ask you for a new name. I'll make it as a new copy only. And you simply need to choose a language. I'll choose Hindi here so that everybody can read and understand Hindi and translate. This will open up a new document for me. I think you won't be able to see. Let me share my screen again. So see, the whole document has been converted into Hindi now. Of course, numbers won't get converted, but the text has been converted into Hindi language now. There's a complete list of language available. Yeah, of course, Punjabi is not available right now, but maybe in coming days it will also be there. But yes, you can convert your any document written in English into Hindi language if required. This is while translation, but suppose you want to type in Hindi. That's a tough task. I cannot type in Hindi. I may be good at typing in English, but I am not good at typing in Hindi. But I can speak good Hindi. So,
Uh,
yes,
Tigbir,
ma'am.
I guess Punjabi is there as an option.
Oh, great. So,
Yeah.
let us see if I can translate this to Punjabi. Oh, yes, Punjabi has been added. So, a new document in Punjabi.
Ah,
Great. So same way you can have your voice typing in your Hindi language. So for that, again, we have tools option. So voice typing. So here you need to select your language. I'll again select Hindi here. Hindi is not available here. Let's see if Punjabi is available. It's English UK only here. But if you have to just type without typing, you can speak and it will type for you. You simply need to click on this mic icon. Hello everyone. Welcome to the launch event of GEG Mohali. I'll stop speaking. Your text may not be 100% accurate, but yes, I've seen 95% accuracy is there. So
and it is improving. It
yeah,
has
it is
improved
improving.
over the time, and it is still improving.
So if it saves a lot of time for typing, it saves your
Yeah.
effort. I don't think so there's any other good option after this. So you can make a good use of this option if you have to prepare a long essay or a long paragraph or a long text for your students or for any other purpose.
English teachers, please take note of this. You have to write long comprehensions. So please make use of this tool.
And I'll start a new document as well for our next demo slam. Most of us have already used the explore button in our Google Doc. It is at the bottom right corner. So from here, you can simply search your web without opening a new tab for Google. So if I look for photosynthesis,
This Explore is a very, very safe option for the children to use. Very safe option.
so let me close all these extra documents. So photosynthesis, I simply click on this. I have web documents, I have images here, and I have my drive also here if I have any relevant document in my drive for this particular topic. I need not go and look for it anywhere. I can simply open my explore tool and look for the information right from inside the doc itself. So I need not get deviated from doc to Google or any other tab. I can be in my Google Doc, look for my data and bring it to my document right here inside from Google Doc. So these were our demo slams for today. I hope these features will definitely help you in your classroom teaching. And let me have my PPT again.
That was a great idea. Exploring the new features of document was a great idea.
So in future, GEG Mohali plans to have session on Google tools like we have just learned on Google Docs. We'll be working on other tools as well. We'll be having session on other edtech tools like Kami or Nearpod or Quizzes and Wakelet and many more tools. We'll also have a session on Google certifications for teachers who want to get the level 1 and level 2 certifications done and then next to the trainers level. We will also have a professional development session with invited speakers from different backgrounds, different subjects, not only IT or any single topic. We'll have people from different backgrounds, science, mathematics, Hindi, Punjabi, English, different people speaking upon different topics. And definitely we'll collaborate with other GEGs to have sessions to enrich our community, teacher community, and to help them. You can connect to GEG Mohali on different platforms. We are on Google Group, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. I would like to thank you so much, every single person present here. Thank you, Deepti ma'am. Thank you, Narjeet ma'am, Harpreeet ma'am, principal ma'am, and director sir for your presence and giving your blessings to me, to showing me a path to progress and grow. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out time. Thank you so much.
It was an
Artist,
absolute...
congratulations once again, Tejbir. Well done on your slams. I love them. And we are going to hear more from Mohali. I can still hear already. Some
sure.
big shout out for you, Tejbir and Tejbir. For so many years, I've been calling you Tejbir, and it's commendable you've never checked me. This goes out to
This
say
is
what
one common thing that I hear, Tejbir and Tejbir. So now I'm also used to it.
Yes.
ठीक ही बोल रहे होंगे.
So lovely launch. Heartiest congratulations and God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Many
ma'am.
congratulations, Tegbir. Many congratulations. May God bless you. And may you keep educating. May you keep shining. And many congratulations once again. So, awesome job.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
So with that,